Welcome to Deliciously Motivated Mindset, hosted by Deborah and Moira. This podcast is designed to help listeners unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally, so they can thrive, not just survive. Deborah and Moira explore how natural tendencies don't always serve individuals and provide insights on how to harness existing strengths. Their goal is to equip listeners with the habits, mindset shifts, and strategies needed for lasting, meaningful change. Finding purpose and fulfillment can be challenging, but this podcast offers expert conversations, practical advice, and valuable tools to help align with a true sense of purpose and create a more fulfilling life. So grab a notebook, open your notes app, and get ready to take in some game-changing insights. Let's dive in.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Hi.
Hello. Here we are with another one of our Deliciously Motivated Mindset podcast conversations. This one's a really good one. Listeners, if you've been here with us before, you know that I like to kick us off with bringing our heart into heart coherence through some breathing. But that is so totally in alignment with the topic. Tips to recognize heart connections. It's like, well, hey, it's an inside job. So let's connect at the heart. So I encourage you, I really like putting at least one, if not both hands over my heart space, because this is really setting the intention that I'm breathing in and out of my heart space. So just as you're doing that, just take a nice deep breath. Pretend, feel that you're breathing in to your heart. And then breathing out, you can sigh it out of your mouth or breathe it out through your nose. Long, slow out breath. Let your breathing rate slow down as you're doing this. Breathe in and breathe out. And just notice how your body's supported by whatever you're standing or sitting on. As you expand and contract rhythmically, gently, fully and deeply with your breath. And then also notice as you listen to my voice guiding you to do this, that you are more and more aware of your own energetic field, your own energy. See if you can allow yourself to lean into the connection that you have with me right now, the connection that you have with Deb's energy right now, and the connection that you have with any other person listening to this episode, regardless of when or where. Just connect. But also notice that connection only started once you focused on your own heart. Breathe it in and breathe out. And now we're going to gently change the vibe and go into our conversation. But I really encourage you to hold on to that heart coherence, and I really encourage you to do it regularly throughout your day. Just check in, hand on your heart, and take a nice deep breath. So now we encourage you to grab your favorite note-taking device and let's get started with our tips to recognize heart connections. So of course, tip number one is to recognize heart connection, is to recognize the beautiful connection that you have with your own heart, first and foremost, right?
Yeah. What a beautiful start to our podcast. What a beautiful start. And hashtag state the obvious. Of course, heart coherent is number one.
Yes.
Of course. But when I was thinking about it, number two that came into me was feel. Feel, if you don't know my accent, people. But what is this? If you want to recognize your heart connection, what does it feel like? What does that feel like? Moira talked a little bit about feeling as we went through that process, but also know that you might have felt light in your body. But just know that next time you do it, you may feel heavy in your body. So each time may be different, but it's about noticing your body. What does it feel like? What is my mind wandering into? And when we can open up that little bit of blocked memory into our brain and open that up, we're going to see things differently, and we're going to definitely feel that heart connection. Whether that's a 10 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10, we're still going to feel it. And I think just being aware that they move,
Mm.
but just look at that, check into that feeling. What
I
does that
like
feel
that.
like?
And so
Yeah.
also I would add to that to be, you're right, to be aware of it, but then to acknowledge it. Because
Oh,
to your
yes.
point, if right now it felt like, slowing things down or just coming into a bit more coherence in this moment, it could feel a bit of like a tingling or a warmth, or it could feel like you're being hugged by the universe, or right. So there's so many different things. So I love that. It's such an important part. So you're being aware of it. What does it feel like? And acknowledge this is what it feels like. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, your one this morning, instantly, not often do I shut my eyes.
Mm,
But this morning I actually went, oh, I'm shutting my eyes. And so I think that's the different thing of one size doesn't fit all.
yeah.
Fit all. It's like, okay, today I felt like shutting, and as I shut my eyes, I just went to just a beautiful floating place.
Mm,
And so, but when you do you start our podcast, I don't often shut my eyes, but today
right.
it just
That
felt
was
right to
what,
shut my
yeah.
eyes. And it just took me to a place of, wow. Now, next time I shut my eyes, it may happen, it may not. But I think there was a feeling in my body that just felt different,
Mm,
felt
I like
different. And
that.
I went with the flow, didn't try and stop it. Like, why am I shutting my eyes today? Why not last time? We were talking, there was nothing. It just flowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like that because you're just letting your intuitive hit be, this is how I'm
Mm,
doing it today.
yeah.
And you and I've talked about this before, so I'm going to put in a point here about your body knows, right?
Ah,
So dropping into your head doesn't have to know, but your body already does.
yeah.
So what you just described was a beautiful example of that, right? Your body knew and you
Yeah.
followed it. I
Yeah.
think that's such an important piece around, if our bodies know, it can only inform us if we slow down enough, if we stay present. That's
Mm,
to really stay in the present moment. That's how you're
yeah.
going to recognize heart connections, because heart connections are in the now moment, right?
Yeah, and I think yes, you're right. But the present moment is just a present moment. It's not okay, 5 minutes I'm going to be present with myself. Like the present moment can be a fleeting minute,
Mhm.
or it can be longer or less, but that present moment, and it moves. I think that's the other thing, is everything's movable.
Mm.
As I look out the window and see the clouds move very, very freaking fast right now.
They are
But
here too.
oh
And
wow.
it's pouring of rain and the clouds are moving real fast.
Oh, that's insane. We've got no rain and it's sunny. It looks like Simpsons clouds and the
Oh
blue
yeah.
sky here. But they're moving very quick. But I think that's the other thing is if you want to recognize that heart coherent or connection, actually it probably could be heart coherent, not connection. The other thing is knowing things are movable.
Mhm.
You've been through things before, you're going to get through them again.
Yeah.
Like it's just something different. Like it's movable. It's not
Hmm.
solid.
Absolutely. And yeah, nothing's solid. Nothing is set in
Yeah,
concrete. And
yeah,
so, because that's one thing that we can all depend upon, everything changes,
yeah.
right? That is one constant that we can say everything changes. And so even if, I was listening to a podcast myself just recently, and she was talking about the propensity that we have to label things good and bad, right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And what she was inviting us to step more into is that, um, rather than saying you're wrong or that's not, we we don't lose that as we become more conscious, as we become more connected from the heart space. We can recognize, I can be discerning. I could say I
Mm,
resonate with that and I don't vibe with that.
Yeah.
but neither is right or wrong. So
Yeah.
therefore, when we are really embodying our own heart connection, we are going to gravitate towards that which we are in resonance with.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I
then
like that.
we will still bump into things that we kind of go, oh, I don't resonate with that. I don't vibe with that. That's okay. Can you be okay with that? You're not losing your heart connection when you bump into something you kind of go, oh, that's not for me. Walk on
Yeah.
by, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that comes down to, does that come down to trust?
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
like I think, that heart coherent or connection, heart coherent heart connection. Oh, I'm trusting myself here. Oh, I've got to trust the universe. Oh, I've got to trust this person. Oh, trust, trust, trust. It all goes back to your heart. What does your heart say over your head? When we can make decisions in our heart, things flow. When we make decisions in our head,
Yeah, yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whoops, that's a bumpy road.
It's a grind. Yeah, it can be a grind.
And so yeah, even if your heart is saying, yep, that's the best choice, in your head, and you might go, the last time we followed you, it all fell apart.
We remember this one,
Yep.
Deborah.
So that's such an important part, to just kind of acknowledge the chattering mind. I get it. Maybe it looks, or there's something that doesn't make
Mm,
sense to you, to the logic. So important to trust the intuitive guidance, because the
yeah,
intuitive guidance is direct link to your heart,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And I think it is, but I I don't know how we didn't get this far without saying PEMS.
Well, kind of. Well, we talked about the body. The body knows, but
Yeah, but PEMS are physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. If you've had a poor sleep, you're not going to be as functioning that great in the morning, or maybe midday, or nighttime, or if you've eaten too much junk, or drunk too much fizzy or something, your body is going to tell you, hey, Deborah,
mhm,
are you listening?
yep.
Might be, might not be. But your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual is going to um make you change decisions than you would differently if all four pillars were standing steady as strong.
And when we bring this into the conversation, I like to also bring into, this is what I talk about when I talk about sacred self-care, is that we must look after all four of those pillars to the equal measure,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So we look after our physical form by getting good sleep, by exercising and eating well. We look after our emotional landscape by speaking things out, by reaching out for help when we need to, by getting a hug, by even just giving our own self a hug.
Mm,
We look after our mental well-being by speaking things out, by being honorable with our thoughts and our words, and who we surround ourselves with, who we have conversations with, who we kind of say, okay, thank you for your opinion, and walk away.
yeah.
And then also attending to our spiritual, whatever that means to you. And that can be by having some kind of sacred routine, meditation,
Mm,
connect to the universe, whatever that feels like for you. So this is what I'm talking about each of those four pillars inform you of how you're doing and what you're doing
yeah.
and what's needed, and but it's also the four quadrants of the wholeness of you,
Yeah.
right?
I love that, the four quadrants of the wholeness of you, because they are. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I think of, if that's the four quadrants, then and you think of them as legs of a table. You
Mm.
might have a tippy table if you don't look after all four of them in equal measure, right?
Yes. Yes, and we know what happens because we can all go there right now.
Yep.
What
Don't
can
want a tippy
happen?
table.
Yeah. Um, when I think of our heart connection, um, be okay with moving on is a way of saying, if the job doesn't feel right, if the
Mm,
people you're around doesn't feel right, if the car doesn't feel safe to drive that day, if if anything feels off balance, be okay with letting it go. I think that's an important one.
that really is. And so don't let your head talk you out of something that you kind of go, oh, that just doesn't vibe right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the other thing about recognizing heart coherence, here I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
Recognizing heart connections is a heart connection with another being. It feels comfortable. It feels good. They might be speaking or saying things that you don't agree with, that maybe they have a different philosophy with you, but you feel good in their presence. That's a heart connection, right? So
Yeah.
it's about you. We don't necessarily always agree with everything that somebody that we're feeling connected to. We don't have to agree with everything that they're saying or doing or not saying or not doing, but
Yeah.
it's about coming into that. I guess this is coming back to trust. Is that actually trust, but then also one of my favorite questions: how does this make me feel about me? How does it make
Yeah.
me feel about me when I'm here or when I'm saying, I'm going to leave this location or leave this group or leave this conversation or things of that nature? And that kind of comes into the be okay with moving on, right? Is that you might say, yes, sure, I'm going to have this conversation with you, or, and then you kind of go, okay, it's not in alignment anymore. And that's okay, right?
Yeah, I think that how does this well not I think I would say that how does this make me feel about me is really important just to it just shuts the chitter chatter down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's supposed to, but I mean, if you just have that question go, well, I don't know, then okay, it's going to escalate to another whole level. But you can even put into a number. How does this make me feel about me? Well, it makes me feel about a 7 out of 10. Okay, well, there's something to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Or 7 out of 10's not. Oh, that's really bad, Deborah. You know, none of that. It's just like, oh, okay, I've got something to celebrate. There
Yeah,
you go.
there you go.
So bring that out. You know, celebrate. You got something to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, something that just occurred to me, that something else that I was had a conversation recently. We were talking about being intentional, and so I'm going to put that as a tip all by itself. Actually, I was thinking about it having the celebrate, but no, this really
I know
needs to
that
be a
it feels like
it's
there
a,
should be an ABC to some of our points.
yeah.
Like 4A. Yeah.
But the idea of being intentional, what she was suggesting that we all do, and I'm adding into what she suggested. She suggested starting your day every single day being intentional, setting an intention.
Yeah.
Today I intend to align with my best self. Something, or today I'm going to choose everything that makes me happy or joy filled, or but
Yeah. Is that like that yes man who could only say yes to people? Was that today? Wasn't there a movie about only
yes, there
saying
was.
yes? Today,
Yeah.
today I'm going to be intentional, say yes to everything. No, don't do that, people.
But why she was saying this was that if you don't do it, you then can become at the behest of other people's intentions. And
Oh,
that's not a good thing. That's not really
yeah.
necessarily heart connection. Because this is what I'm adding into, is that you could actually, even if you don't have some intention, like I'm going to, you know, do this project or sign that
Yeah.
or whatever. I can't even think of examples, but you
Yeah.
could simply set the intention with your hand over your heart and say, today I intend to follow my heart guidance in everything I do. Today I intend to follow my heart guidance. And then just to let go. You like that's a beautiful intention that you could actually have as an overarching intention
Yeah.
for every day. Maybe that's a post-it note that you put on the bathroom mirror.
Well,
Today I'm going to
I
follow my heart's guidance.
I love it. And all I thought was the 4 agreements.
Mm. Yes.
Adding in the just for today, the 4 agreements. Today I'm going to be impeccable with my word. Like if you really want to look at to recognize your heart connection, the
Yeah.
living on by those 4 agreements. I don't think we talked about that in our last episode.
No,
That's
I don't
funny.
believe we did.
Yeah, that's odd. The 4 agreements. Hang on. So I'm not in my office, so Moira's gonna have to go. Do not take anything personally.
Do not make assumptions and do
That's
your
it.
best. So be
That's it.
impeccable just for today. Be impeccable with your word. Do not take things personally. Don't make an assumption and do your best. Now,
Yeah.
this circles back also to your PEMS check-in, because if you get up and you've not had that great of a night's sleep, and maybe you're working through something on an emotional level, or maybe you've got some chatter on your mind, doing your best may actually be a little bit lower than on the days when you've had a
Yes.
fabulous night's sleep and you're feeling great and on top of the world. So don't judge yourself on those days where it's like, man, my best isn't quite at the par it was yesterday. That's okay. Because this
That's
is
funny you
another
say
part
that.
of staying really present. What is
Yeah, I
here?
was talking to a colleague the other day and she said, "Oh my God." I said, "How's your day gone?" She says, "Oh, I've just ended up having to watch 2 movies on the couch." I said, "What happened?" And she goes, "Because I was thinking animals or children or so I had to watch." She says, "Life just got too overwhelming. I put on 2 comedies
Good
back
for
to
her.
back." And I went, "Oh my God." She goes, "Now I feel so bad." I'm like, "No way." I said, when
No.
was the last time you actually stopped and laughed and switched off from everything?" She's like, "Oh, 3 or 4 years."
Hmm.
And I was
Hmm.
like, man, that's exactly it. So just for today, your switching off could be on the couch, or it
Yeah.
may be standing outside, or it could look different.
Yeah.
That's it. One size doesn't fit all.
No.
One size doesn't fit all. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. And that's, there's interesting theme threading its way through our conversation today. It all gets informed by staying present and not allowing your head to yank you out of, oh, well, hey, the last time you were in this type of situation or dealing with this type of um,
Yeah.
environment or this kind of conversation, this is how you dealt with it. It's like, no, you're not in the last time, you're here.
Yeah.
And what's the right thing for you to do right here, right now? It might be cancel the rest of the day. I'm going to go have a nap.
Yeah.
Can you just be okay with that? There's nothing,
I
that's
think
not right or wrong.
give yourself permission to do whatever feels right at the time right now.
Mhm.
And it
And
goes
that
back to that,
actually
you are the boss
brings,
of you.
that's right. But this brings in one of our favorite recurring tips is curiosity,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So recognizing heart connections, being curious, like,
Mm,
I don't know if I'm connected to this situation or this people or this group, but go in and be curious.
yeah.
But being curious doesn't mean you you have to stay. You can have some curiosity and go, oh, yep, I just figured out it's not for me. That's good.
Yeah.
Was having a conversation with a client just recently, and she was telling me all this terrible thing she was traveling with her partner, and it was not a pretty thing. And so she told me,
So as you did travel with your partner, I was like, oh no, unless you're both on the same, exactly same wavelength. Yep, yep.
yep. So she told me the whole story, and I said, wow, what a great gift. And she said, what do you mean? And I says, you now know you can't ever travel with him. And she went, oh my God, I guess there is that.
Now you know it's done. I love you, but I'm not traveling with you. And I
Exactly.
think, I think, I think that's a great one again. Knowing your tribe, knowing who
Yeah.
to be around. And funny you say that because you talk about traveling, and my partner earlier this year, I don't even know if it was this year, everything blues into one. And
Mhm.
she went away and did this trekking trip and holiday, and they went hiking, her and her sister, and they did this and this, and I was like, oh my God. And I said to her when she came back, I said, I think I'm gonna have to break up with you. And she was like, I beg your pardon. I was like, what? I've just been a holiday with my sister. Why are you? I said, well, I think I do because you thoroughly enjoyed that holiday, and there's no way I couldn't think of anything worse than doing it. And she was like, So it was actually it was an interesting conversation. I went straight to, I need to break up with her. There's
Yeah,
no way I
because
can
she's
do.
doing so.
And she absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved this whole trek. And I'm like, oh God, no, I couldn't think of anything worse. And then she went, you know that I can just go and do these travel trips with my sister once a year, and she'll love them and I'll love them, and you and I can still do our travel
Yeah,
that you like to do. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, so we don't have to break up. And off I skip, and she's just like, what the hell have I come home to? This craziest mind marathon or anything. But it really, which is funny for me because this is what I teach. But I was just in a, oh, I can't do this. I can't compete with her sister going on a trekking trip.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
So I
way.
can't be in this relationship.
Yeah, that's it. So we're done. The house is sold. The dogs are separate. Like the whole everything's done. We're separating everything, but that's how quick my head went. I was like, I couldn't see a resolution. But so I think, apart from you were all laughing at my poor partner who was left with, I've just had this amazing trip and now we're breaking up. I don't know what's happened. Um, but I think it goes back to our tribe,
Yeah.
our people,
Mm.
having the right people around. Now, that woman, the moment she recognizes that she can travel, but do her own travel with her own
Yeah, yeah,
friends,
yeah.
that is just a
And she
whole new
is.
level of, it's a whole
She
new level of
is.
freedom that you
Yeah.
just go, wow, I can do that with people. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I
Mm.
can. And it goes back to that you are the boss of you again. But find the right people around, but know that it's not going to be in the one all the time.
No.
Please, people, it's not going to be the conversations I have with Moira are different conversations I have with my partner.
Yeah.
The conversations I have with clients are different conversations. I have different clients who I talk finance, I talk business, I talk human resources, I talk spirituality, I talk fitness. Like there's different clients, and I think recognizing those people around, how important the role they play in your world is about your heart connection.
100%. And the other thing, this reminds me of something that I've said in numerous conversations with clients over the years, is that we know what our values are and what
Mm.
we vibe with and what we need more of. And we cannot expect our needs to be met by one person or one relationship.
Yeah.
Right? So it's to recognize the things. My husband and I used to talk about this, where there are certain things that I absolutely love to do that just he's like, no freaking way would I ever do that. But vice versa. There was things that he absolutely loved to do, certain types of movies he absolutely loved to watch.
You're listening to Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, here to help listeners unlock their full potential so they can thrive, not just survive. They've shared some very powerful insights so far, so it's time to take a moment to breathe, reflect, and jot down any key takeaways. What's one piece of advice that stands out to apply right away? Before wrapping up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from everyone. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback, and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how listeners are putting these insights into practice. Let's dive back in and finish strong.
Yeah.
So it's like it's about honoring that and really loving and appreciating the things where it does vibe, where
Well,
you do.
you're honoring yourself as much as you're honoring them because they're an important
Exactly.
role in their life, but you're not minimizing anything. I just had this thought. I'm going to bring Tracy to you, and then you two can go hiking, and I can go and do my little thing. You two will have a great old time hiking and doing stuff like that.
There you go.
I was just like, oh, I've just palmed my partner off to my podcast buddy there. But I think just honoring the other person just as much as you're honoring yourself is a
Yes.
real connection
Yeah.
to your soul's calling.
Well, because the other part of that is, and I've kind of drilled down with this in conversations before, is I would never want to have somebody coming along to do something, rolling their eyes and going, "Oh my God, are we done yet? Are we done yet? I know this
No.
sucks. This is horrible. I'm only doing it because you needed me to." I don't ever want that.
Yeah.
And it's that, to your point, it's by somebody saying to me, "No, no, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that." that's them. They then get to do whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And
And
you surround yourself with the people that, or do it on your own, right?
yeah, it's honoring you and honoring them, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's having that connection to be able to go, this is not for me.
Yep.
I love you and I want you to do it, or I love you and don't want you to do it, or whatever. But you're allowed to have your opinion, and they're allowed to say yes or no, like it's
Precisely.
their world as well.
And that is
Yeah.
a heart connection right there.
Mm.
Heart
Honoring that
connection
person for
doesn't,
who they are.
exactly. A heart connection does not mean that you're in the same space doing the same things 24/7,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
A heart connection said, that's exactly like you just said. I love you. You have a blast. Enjoy every
Yeah.
moment of that experience, and I look forward to hearing all about it when you get back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And then, well, that's a respect. That's a total respect and honoring of, well, yourself, them, and everybody else around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a tip on its own, that respect and honoring. So you recognizing heart connections is to recognize, am I being respectful and respecting of me, of the others? Am I honoring? Because you know
Mm.
I was saying earlier about we recognize the things that we are vibing with and what we don't. If somebody that you love likes to do something that you don't vibe with, that's not them betraying you or letting you down. So
Yeah.
you let them go and have it and do it, and vice
Yeah.
versa, right? You give yourself permission to do those things that light you up.
Yeah, I think when we think about this heart connection, it's actually, who are you? Who do you want to be?
Hmm.
Does this feel right for you? Because ultimately the one who has to make the decisions in your world to go to sleep at night. If you're not sleeping at night, then there's un unrecognized chaos in your brain that requires resolving, says me, who had that last night. Um, but I think it goes back to yeah, it's all honoring yourself. It's
Yeah,
honoring them and you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not watering down, or so this is actually very much about allowing yourself to get really clear on who are you.
Mm.
Who are you at the core? What are your likes and dislikes? What are your values? And
Yeah.
are you living in alignment with them?
Mm.
Because they shift and change as we evolve. I always think of that evolution, our evolution. Every one of us is evolving, and I see that as an upward spiral. And so it's about really allowing yourself space and time to reflect. We're
Yeah.
recording this in the last month of 2025. This is the time of year to actually start looking at, how has the passing year been? What are you taking forward into the new year? And what are you letting go?
I'm
Right?
grinning my head off because I'm like, Moira, are you pitching our program that's coming up? Because literally, Moira wouldn't have clicked like that. I
I
would click, and
didn't.
I just went, Moira, you're pitching our program that we're just tweaking the last of a little bit of an hour. I had to giggle because this is exactly it. Are you living in alignment to you?
Yeah, you're funny.
You know,
I
and
never had, I didn't even think of
no,
it.
of course, no, you wouldn't have. I was grinning when you were telling us, like, nice, nice. Then I went, oh, Moira won't even know what she's doing right now. She's living in the present. Deborah will be going, oh, we've got to weave this in here and drop this in here. And everything gets rushed at the last minute. But I had to giggle because that's it. Are you living in alignment to you?
Hmm.
And and if you're not, and I really don't believe everyone is saying, because they're not going to be in alignment 24/7.
No.
So just so you know, you may say, yes, I'm doing what I love, but there'll be moments. So what can we improve on those things? Or what can you improve? Or what can you level up or appreciate? Maybe not improve, but appreciate, putting it into your heart. Again, having that heart connection
Hmm.
to what is that just feels discombobulated.
Yeah. So where do
Yeah.
you need to step up and
Yeah.
this is beautifully woven into the recognizing the heart connection, because
Yeah.
does it light you up? Does it
Mm.
make you feel, oh, I could do this
Yeah.
all day, every day?
Yeah,
type of,
goes back to
yeah,
that. Goes back to that first tip we had at the start. Was you're feeling what does it feel like
yeah,
when you've got that heart connection? What does it feel like? That's where you want to. That's your litmus test
yep,
paper. That's where you want to go. Yeah.
yep. And then also recognizing that that's why it's so important when we have really good heart connections, us with our tribe, us with the things that we're doing, us with the things that we're saying no to.
Yeah.
When we do, it's still very, very important to keep coming back and checking.
Mm,
The reason being that how we are, where we are, what we sort of go towards shifts and changes as we shift and change.
yeah.
That's what I was just saying a moment ago about the upward spiral. So if I have a certain thing that I like, and the next time it comes up or presents itself, I still have to check, do I still like this?
Mm,
Right? Because this is the thing about it's not cast in stone. It's not going to be this is the thing that I like, or this is the methodology or the way I prefer things to be, and it's going to be this way forevermore. Because it
yeah.
can't.
Well, that goes back to that curiosity. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Try the food. Deborah's not going to try the trek, by the way. Um,
No.
I did that. I did that. But when I was younger. But try it. Just lean in a little bit. Don't close the door to it to things.
Yeah. But you see, that also brings us back into the thing about trust. Because
Mm,
when sometimes we don't know if we're going to like it or not. But
yeah.
trust, just by saying yes to something, or can I have it on trial, or can I just do a
Yeah.
little mini one just to try it out? And then
Yeah.
trust that while you immerse yourself in something, or you try on that outfit and think of it, you could try on the outfit and stand in the mirror and sort of say,
Yeah.
how does this make me feel?
Yeah.
Do I like this? Do I like color? Oh, maybe does it come in purple?
Does
That
it?
would be
Yeah.
minor. That would be a
And
minor.
glitter. And
And
glitter.
glitter,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I think they're I think I know our time is coming up in a minute, but I'm sure we've got time for one more or two more tips.
Mhm.
But to recognize that heart connection. But I want to say don't rush life.
Mm. Yeah.
Um even though we don't know when it ends. Maybe I open my eyes and I really look at my we don't know when it ends here. But don't rush it. And it goes with that being present. Just go with each step, go with each flow. And when it feels too hard, then allow it to feel too hard and then come back to what does this feel like? Where is this heart connection? What does it feel like for me? What does it see, smell, taste? Throw it in a color, throw it in a number if you need to.
Mm.
But don't rush. Don't rush life.
It's so important because this makes me think of the teachings of Abraham Hicks, that if sometimes we can get too destination oriented. I'm going to feel great
Yes.
when I get to that, when I achieve
Yeah.
that, when I land there, when I, you know, bring that project into a close, when I finish that
Yeah.
book, when I create that course. Those are all destinations, but
Yeah.
the life, the yumminess, the juiciness is actually in the process.
Mm,
And this is something, it's actually one of the modalities that I do, is that when we talk about law of attraction, we are all about the process and the destination, the process and the outcome. And having a heart connection it's important to have a heart connection with the outcome for sure, but
yeah.
also to equal measure have a heart connection with the process. And so that means staying present and what do I get to do, and finding the joy in the small moments,
Mm,
knowing that every step that you take, every detour that you take, it's still on the way. Oh, there, see, it's on the way, not in the way.
yeah. So, okay, we're gonna write that one on the way. Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? So it's about enjoying, not rushing through the process because, oh no, I can't pat
Yeah,
myself
I've
on
got
the
to,
back until I get to that, right?
yeah. And yes, life's going to change when this happens. Life's going to change when I get there. Life's going to change. Actually, life is changing around you. So it goes back to being that present again,
Mhm.
doesn't it?
Yep.
Um,
So
grab your note. Oh, yeah.
remember that process and outcome. Enjoy the process. Everything.
Mm.
And if you need to, you can chunk things down. Like make little mini outcomes on the way to the big one.
Yeah, it's funny people say it's the small steps, it's a small step, it's only a small step. I'm like, every step is significant. You can
Yeah.
call it small or big. Every step is significant and taking you to where you're going. That's
Yep.
it. Just do
Yep.
the small steps. They're all small. They're all small. They're
They're
all
all small
large.
until
They're
you're,
what
well, that's it, right? The
yeah, they're all
journey,
they're all just steps. Yeah.
they're all just
Yeah,
steps. And
watch that label.
I'm not sure whose quote this was, but it said, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step.
Hashtag state the obvious. Yep, it does.
One
That
step.
that's yeah, and that's the end of that one. That
Yep.
sums that right up.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the one step. Uh, all right, listeners. All right, listeners. If we're looking to tips to recognize our heart connection, if you didn't grab your note-taking device, grab it super quickly now because we are going to sum up our podcast in less time.
Less
Let's just
time than
start
the
with
whole
that one.
big long conversation.
Yeah, that's the one. Um, so the first one, well, the first one was our heart coherent, really, wasn't it?
It was.
Is our heart coherent and being present in the moment and feeling.
Yep.
So this is a condensed down version, people, of everything we said. Very condensed.
So this is when we had talked about, you said feel, and I like that. That's when I said
Yeah.
to be
Oh, you feel.
aware of
Yeah.
how you feel and acknowledge this is how I feel. Like maybe when I drop into heart coherence, I feel calm, I feel
Yeah.
present, I feel tingly, I feel warmth, I feel hugged. It's okay.
Yeah.
Every one of them's good, right?
Everyone's perfect. Yeah, I think. And yes, one. Yeah, I've got one size doesn't fit all, but yes, you're
Yes,
right.
yes, you do.
Um, the other one is your body already knows.
Yeah,
And your body's already telling you lean in or lean out.
that's right.
Now, I'm not talking about your head because your head can tell all sorts. Just we know that one. But if you're looking at something, it's what does this feel like for you? Your body's already going, oh, this feels uncomfortable. This feels cold. This feels icky. I've got butterflies. Is this nervous butterflies or is this intuition butterflies? Like
Mhm,
your
mhm.
body will never lie to you. Only your mind will.
But that's the piece that I had said on that was that you have to be present. You have to be in the present moment to get that
Yeah.
intel from your body, right?
Yeah.
Um, the next one I have is that everything's movable.
Yeah.
Everything's movable, everything shifts and changes. And that's when you said also you've been through stuff and you'll get through things again.
Yeah.
So it's just keep flowing, even if it is a baby step,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. The next one I have, I don't know, I've got gravitate to resonate times.
Yeah, that's when we talked about trust.
Oh, was that? Yeah, because the next one I've got is trust. Okay, I must have put that before there. Trust, 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 trust that you're on the right path. Others are on the right path. The universe is going to do you right. Trust that that heart connection is there
Mhm.
at whatever level it is. Trust yourself. Trust the bigger picture. Trust, 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 trust.
And that's you getting to decide from the heart. That is when we talked about, rather than saying something's right or wrong, or they're right and they're wrong, those types of
Yeah,
things, is you will always find people are in resonance with you and those who are dissonant. And that's
yeah,
okay. That's
yeah.
But you allow yourself to trust your heart. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel a little bit weary here. Okay, good. Trust your heart.
Yeah.
It's not that
Oh,
something's wrong, it's just that's it, right?
well, it's often we don't know what's happening, and then later down we go, oh, well, that makes sense why that happened that way.
Yeah.
It's like yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, it does. Yes,
Yeah. The next one, I think is it my turn or yours?
yes,
You
your
know.
turn. Your turn.
the next one I have is the PEMS, checking in with the 4 quadrants of wholeness of you. I like that.
Yeah.
That kind of,
Yeah, that's
the 4 quadrants of the wholeness of you. And so
yeah, I
that
love
is
that.
your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. It's really helpful to check in with your vibrancy on all those pillars throughout your day, but also to make sure that you are looking after yourself on all 4 quadrants too,
Yeah.
to equal measure. Make sure you don't have a tippy table.
Yeah, tippy table. A tippy
No tippy
table.
tables.
No tippy table here. That's it. The next one, strategy I have tip here is be okay with letting people go or letting
Mhm,
go.
mhm.
Letting go as in people, jobs, your goals,
Yeah,
like letting that go and just going, it's not right now.
yeah.
And
Doesn't
doesn't
serve
mean,
me anymore.
yeah.
Mhm.
You can go back to those things, but right now your heart your heart connection is saying no.
Yeah.
So be okay with letting go.
Mhm. Yep. And that's when I added in one of my favorite questions, how does this make me feel about me?
Yeah.
And if it makes me feel wonky or wobbly or unstable or something, then it's good. Walk on.
Yeah.
Next.
And that's one of those quick ones. As soon as you go, how does it make me feel about me? Oh, it doesn't make me feel great. Great, done.
Yeah.
Decision made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have to think about it. Just, yeah, like you say, decision made. No more doubt, no more questioning.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yep.
And then that's the next one is you brought this one in, celebrate. So celebrate that you have something to work on, celebrate that you've achieved something, celebrate that you checked in on your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, celebrate that you are listening to your heart. Life
Mm.
is supposed to be fun.
I know. I know. Even if you just ask people, when was the last time you actually had a good belly laugh?
Mm,
Like when you've had a good belly, there was a guy on the plane last night and he needed quite a few things, but he definitely needed a good bloody belly laugh. He
you
was
should have told them to look on
oh
YouTube for babies laughing.
yeah, he was I love good old YouTube. They're my favorite, but yeah, he needed a good rogering of some sort, by crikey. Um, of course, I got stuck next to him on the plane. I'm like, don't talk to him, Deborah. Don't talk. Yes, talk to him. Don't talk to him. You don't have to solve the world. Yes, talk to him. My head was flipping all over. Um, well, actually, that's a great one. I'm going to add in here is recognize. I'm going to add a completely new one, and it's your ego. Check in
Mm,
with your ego because if there's a heart connection and I want to stay with this person or do something,
hmm.
um, yeah, see, this is why you also hang out to the end, people, because you just don't know what's going to come about. But check in with your ego if you're looking at that heart connection to stay with someone because of your
An
ego or old
agenda,
patterns.
some
Yeah,
kind
your
of, yeah.
agenda. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. That's a very important one too.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Um, Celebrate. Oh, we've got that. Be intentional. Set your own
Yes.
intention, not and have them as your intentions, not others. And
Yep.
this is where I had to giggle because this is literally what we're launching. We're
Yeah.
launching. Stand by, people, stand by.
Stay
But be
tuned to this
intention.
channel.
Yeah, that's it. So set your own heart connection. And what is that intention you want from that? Not what others want you to do.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's when we came into the 4 agreements just for
I
today.
know.
Just for
Yeah.
today, I'm going to be impeccable with my word. Just for today, I will not take anything personally. Just for today, I won't make an assumption. And just for today, I'm going to do my best.
Yeah.
Just for today.
I know. This makes it so achievable. So
It does.
achievable.
It
Yeah.
does.
Um, Tips to recognize your heart connection. Give yourself permission.
Mm,
Give yourself permission to do whatever that is. Just give yourself permission today. Just for
yeah.
today. Give yourself
Yeah.
permission to go, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's not try this. Let's do this. Give yourself permission.
Being
Yeah.
curious. Giving
Yeah,
yourself permission is a beautiful way of being curious, isn't it?
which is your next tip, curiosity. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so curiosity is such a beautiful way of embodying that. How does this make me feel about me? How does this
Mm,
make me feel about me? Gosh, I've
mm.
not actually sat and contemplated that before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that leads us into the tribe, finding your right people. And
Yeah, my poor
also
partner.
recognizing that we're going to have different people for different things,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
sometimes we do things just completely on our own because there's nobody else that wants to do that with you,
Or you
right?
don't have to break up with somebody just because they want to go
Yeah.
tramping and you don't want to have that holiday. You don't have to do that. Yeah. Respect.
Hmm.
Respect, again, give yourself permission, respect for yourself, but also respect for others.
Yeah.
Respect their decisions and actions. And goes back to that, don't take anything personally, but really respect yourself for getting yourself into the situation that you have an opportunity to get yourself out of
Mhm.
in your mind.
Yep. Yeah, you said respect and honoring. Who are
Oh yeah,
you?
and
And
honoring.
yeah,
Yeah,
respect and honoring. Such an important part.
yeah.
The last one that I have is about the on the way rather than in the way. And that's when I was talking about the process versus outcome. That every
Mm,
time we have an outcome, we set a goal, we set a destination, we want to get somewhere. In fact, I started talking about Abraham Hicks teachings
mm,
because I remember one of the teachings that brought in was that when you do get to an outcome, when you do achieve that goal or that thing that you said, I'm going to do that, guess what happens next? There's going to be another one, right?
yeah.
And so it's like it's
Surprise!
that's why it's like you just got to enjoy the process because every time you hit a destination, guess what? I'm going to climb another mountain or I'm going
Yeah,
to
another one comes.
write another
Yeah,
book or right. So it's we're not done until we're done.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I love that. I love that. We've got a couple of things that I've seen we've missed. Are you living in alignment to you?
Mm.
I just really want to make you, which I'm going to ask a great question when we wrap up very, very, very shortly. But the other one is don't rush life.
Yeah.
I just really want to emphasize don't rush
Yeah, no,
life
you're right.
as,
And that's when I was talking about process. Immerse
yeah,
yourself in the process, enjoy it. Even if you only
because
get one step done today. That's it.
we're in the
Good.
we're in the we're in the last month of 2025.
Hmm.
Where the frick has 2025 gone?
It feels like an eon ago since we stepped in, but then it feels like a blink of an eye.
I remember recording our Christmas episode last year,
Mm-hmm. I
and
know,
we're nearly
we're
we're just
nearly
like,
there.
I know. It's those little things. So don't rush life. Don't rush
Yeah.
life, people. Just be present and with that heart connection.
Yep.
But you know what we do at the very, very end, because we're wrapping up, is where's our yogi tea bag,
Yogi tea
young
bag.
lady?
And
Where's our
actually what's
yogi
what's
tea bag?
quite funny, because usually I'm kind of mindful of not putting in repeats. And this one's repeated. There's two of them,
Oh,
say the same thing. All right.
oh wow.
Oh,
Okay, so this is
this is
clearly it
double
for us then.
underlined.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is travel in grace, knowing that you are protected by love. See,
Oh,
heart connection right there. Travel in grace, knowing that you are protected by love. So yummy.
oh,
Isn't that beautiful?
oh, yeah.
Now I can see how come
Oh,
I obviously thought it was so important that I put that in there twice.
yeah. Oh, that's a goodie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, listeners, I'm pleased you stayed till the very end to get that little thing. You don't get that throughout the whole podcast. But that was our tips to recognize our heart connection. But just as I'm wrapping up, I'm just going to ask you, are you showing up fully for the life you say you desire?
Mm-hmm.
Are you showing up fully for the life you say you desire? As I say that, I'm choosing onto each word, going, okay, what does that feel like? What does that look like? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
another wonderment journey I go on. Yeah, hey. Um, but what's the most meaningful step you can take today to honor your highest inspiration from what came out of today?
Mm-hmm.
What's your most meaningful step you can take today to honor your highest inspiration?
And let us know. We'd love to hear
Yeah.
from you on these ideas.
Yeah, we want to know what's that. What is that? What is
Mhm.
that? Ooh la la. Well, that's our deliciously motivated mindset conversation. Signing off with Debs and Moira. That's our tips to recognize the heart connection. Does it just feel like just such a little love bubble I'm wrapped in right now? Just a little love bubble. Just
Yep.
a little love bubble to start my day as Moira ends her day and
I
I
end my
start my
day.
day.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
Beautiful.
that. I love that. So whether you're ending your day or starting your day, thank you everybody for this heart connection. Thank you for allowing us to record it. And thank you for listening all the way through. We appreciate you.
Definitely. Definitely
Thank you,
appreciate you.
Moira.
Thank you, dear
Yeah,
Deb. Thank you, listeners.
thanks.
Thank you, Internet.
Oh yeah,
See,
yeah,
we'll
true. Yeah.
catch you next time.
Thanks. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning into Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, where the mission is to help listeners unlock their full potential and thrive, not just survive. As the episode comes to a close, they trust you've gained some powerful insights. If you haven't already, take a moment to reflect on one key takeaway that you'll apply right away. Before we wrap things up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from you. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how you're putting your insights into action. Thanks for listening, and remember to keep thriving.